One thing that's a little bit counterintuitive in chemistry is surface area. And surface area is one thing that can influence the rate of a reaction. We can increase the rate of reaction by increasing the surface area of our reactants. So I always like to tell my students to think of a sugar cube. So here's a sugar cube. And if we dropped our sugar cube in a cup of hot tea, it would take a little bit for that sugar cube to dissolve. But what if I broke down my sugar cube into 4 smaller sugar cubes? Do you think it would take longer or shorter for those cubes to dissolve than the one large cube? And the answer is it would take less time for those smaller cubes to dissolve because there's more surface area. So here where we have 4 smaller cubes, there's more surface area. There's more of the sugar that is exposed to the tea. So instead of just having the outer edges of our sugar cube exposed to the tea, the hot tea, now we have all of these outer edges, all of these outer edges, all of these outer edges, and all of these outer edges exposed to our hot tea. And when that hot tea touches that sugar, it's going to dissolve. And then we can even take it a step further and say, well, I want my sugar to dissolve even faster. I'm going to cut it into even smaller pieces. So now we have even more surface area. We have all of these edges of our sugar cube that are now open to hitting the hot tea. So that's exactly how it works in chemistry with our reactants. If we want our reaction to happen faster, we can chop our reactants down smaller, and that actually produces more surface area. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. The smaller the pieces, the more surface area there is, because there's more area exposed so that a chemical reaction, or in this case, our sugar, can hit the tea. So the more surface area there is, the more chances there are that the particles are going to collide at the correct orientation, which is how a chemical reaction happens in the first place. More surface area, more chances a chemical reaction is going to happen. So the faster the reaction will take place.